everybody out there, and thank you so much for listening. My name is Adan. I am joined by my friend Shemaiah as well as Brian. And this is Off Topic, where we're never really on topic. Gentlemen, do y'all want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, what's up? It's Brian.
First of all, how are we doing this evening?
Man, we're doing good, bro.
That's good.
How about
It's
you?
good. It's good.
That's good.
This and JC again, but shout out to him, bro.
Yeah, shout out to JC. He's a little busy with family at the moment, but let's just jump right into this and let's have some off-topic discussion. Gentlemen, what do you look for in a leader?
Man, off the jump, a leader to me is someone is less talk, more action.
Let's talk.
So you make me step my game up because I see you actually doing it.
Yeah, you got to set a standard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree
Because
with
it's
that.
easy to talk it and to even look like one.
Yeah.
But if your record, if it's not that good, then nah, you're not a good leader. Like one of the number one traits. Bless you. That's what it's called. But no, number one trait for a leader to me is like someone who they don't just have a vision, but they also have a plan that they're executing. They're not just like follow me.
So let me ask you this: do you require previous results, in order for you to follow that person, or are you willing to jump in blindly?
I don't know. I think
That's a good question.
Yeah, it kind of depends. Maybe not the exact same results that you're used to or the ones that you've already seen, but if they've done something that has results, then you'll be more willing to follow them to do something else. Just because they've never done that doesn't mean that they've never done anything. You know what I mean? So
right.
It helps if you have experience with that sort of thing. But if somebody's been successful at a lot of other things, it kind of makes you want to follow them and do other things with them. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, that totally makes sense. I think we should also, I guess, follow those that. Yeah, I guess younger people can also be leaders just because they haven't necessarily achieved something grand yet.
Shemaiah, what you're talking about, like a vision too?
Yeah, because and to your point, Adan, leadership, it doesn't really have an age.
Yeah.
Because the qualities of a leader is someone who's not just making things happen, but they own up to mistakes. If you mess up here and mess up there, they're usually the first one that takes the blame. They're not dealing out to everybody except themselves.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, so-and-so did do this and do that. I would have done this better. No, they will take the blame, and sometimes when it's not necessary, just to keep the peace.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm the greatest leader or anything like that, but I have found myself in those situations.
I think that's what you are saying. No.
It is.
It is leading the show in the intro.
But no, I have found, similar situations, and a coworker messed up, and I just sort of say, you know what, I could have done more.
Yeah.
I'm not the one who messed this up, but I certainly didn't help, and I could have.
Exactly. They don't avoid responsibility.
Yeah.
Because you have people who they won't really take the next step, go the extra mile, but that's what leaders do. They go the extra mile. I mean, for example, I hate to say it, but we all love basketball, so I'm going to say it anyway. People like the Kobe Bryants, people like the Shaquille O'Neals, people like LeBron James, they're born leaders. Well, here's another thing. Are they born or are they developed?
Are they built?
Yeah. I think they're developed.
Is Kobe Bryant a leader?
In his time.
I don't know.
In his time,
I don't know. Who led the? Okay. Kobe was a leader on the Gasol era, but he wasn't the leader in the Shaq era. Shaq drugged Kobe up and down the court.
I can agree.
He had the leadership on that one. But it's Simba. Shaq giving. Hate to go back to the Lion King. Shaq gave Kobe. Kobe learned from Shaq how to be a leader, so that probably helped the Gasol Laker era. Help them along. But that's the other thing, what I was thinking earlier. A leader isn't the one saying, hey, look at me, I'm the one fixing everything, I'm the one solving problems, I'm doing that. The leader just picks it up and does it.
Yeah, I'd say a leader is too busy to ask for recognition.
They play more of the background versus, hey, I'm in the spotlight.
Right.
It's not I, it's we. It's not me, it's us.
Yeah.
And the mentality of a leader also they help other people become leaders.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're not just like, I'm the boss, you know, wherever I say goes. It's like, I'm going to empower you with the same skill set to almost like carry the legacy of what we're trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
All right, so keep this as vague or as specific as you'd like, but best leader in your life, whether it's a job or a church or
That's easy.
a helping out organization, something.
Easy. My parents.
Your parents?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Because if it wasn't for my parents, I would not have the business that I have right now. You know, not only did they sacrifice, but, you know, coming from humble beginnings where it's like you wear the same black Wranglers 5 days a week, you know, like they really focused on making sure their kids were successful in their education. It wasn't about, I mean, even though my dad worked a lot of hours and whatever, he always made sure he set time for his family to be family. It was always that golden family time.
Yeah.
And that's leadership. That's setting the example. Like, even though I'm dog tired, I'm still going to make sure everybody's good.
Right. Yeah. You know, I was actually talking about this last week with a buddy of mine. We worked for this. I don't say we worked for him, but we worked with this guy. He was very young, 10, 15, 20 years younger than some of the people who worked there, but he was in a position of authority. So everybody kind of wondered, this guy's 22, 23 years old. What does he know about this business? What does he know about this industry? Why does he have this title? But after you're around for a few weeks, few months, and you realize this guy does have a vision and he does have a track record, and you get into more of his background, and he was born into the business, so he's been around it all his life. So something like that, that's a good leader. I mean, I'm not naming any names, there's nothing specific. And just because it's hard for me to think of one doesn't mean I've never been around one. I just haven't literally thought of.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big question.
Yeah, that is a question not asked every day. For me, it's somebody from my old work. He used to be our manager. He's not our manager anymore, but he was a real cool dude, and he had perfected his craft. Like, it was at a tour guide company. I'll say that. And I mean, man, this guy just knew his stuff, and he was really good at getting the best out of everybody, which was really, really cool. And just kind of making everybody feel comfortable.
A part of it, too.
Yeah. Like, all the new guys felt comfortable. I remember I showed up. I was the youngest person there. I was 18. Everybody else was like 23 to 25, you know. He was like 32. So everybody was significantly older. And, you know, still feeling like part of the group, you know. So that was really cool. And I think that's probably one of the better leaders I've seen. Also, you know, like in church and stuff like that. But yeah, that one really, really stands out to me, personally.
Now, this is off topic. It would not be normal if I did go off topic. Not a whole lot, though. Now, what do you think about the opposite?
Worst leader.
Person. Well, not even a lead. Not even good enough to be named a leader or worst leader, but someone who, the kind of people that are just...
What about somebody who thinks they're a leader, but they're really not? You're like, dude, I'm looking at you, and I see what you do. I ain't following you nowhere.
And that kind of falls in line with where I'm going to.
I was like Trump.
Oh, well,
no, I'm just kidding.
You know, I'm going to let that slide.
One person came to mind. I won't name him, but we all know him. I'm just going to leave it there.
Well, commercial break. But no, like, someone like, all right, on a serious note, like, someone who's like just the opposite of leadership, they're like borderline just failure, straight failure. They always fail.
Yeah.
They always got excuse for every little thing.
Yeah.
Here's the question I'm going to throw out there. How do you think they got there? Like, what is it that makes them just not want to adapt to get better, grow? How you get there?
I think, in the same way that a leader is built, I think a loser is built too. They were babied by their parents. Things didn't work out for them, and they expected a lot of the world, and they didn't necessarily know how to go and get it, and so they just decided, you know what, I didn't get it, but it's not my fault.
And that's the key.
Yeah.
They never take responsibility of their own issues. It's always somebody else picking on them.
Yeah.
Or it's always somebody...
Or you get the person who's, they're put in the corner like, well, they can't mess anything up here, so we'll just put them in the corner and hope they don't mess anything up. And then they do, and then you're like, all right, come on, we got to pull you out of the jam again, you know?
It's like they have diapers for the rest of their life.
Yeah, training wheels, yeah.
Now, not off topic again, but we kind of touched on this. Back to the leadership type people. You know, you got your Steve Jobs, you got your Henry Fords. in the business world, what gets that person to that level? Because it's hard to say that I'm going to be like Steve Jobs and I'm going to have this much success. Like, this guy literally has everybody.
Well, yeah, because you can work as hard as you can. I know a lot of people who work really, really hard, and they work at McDonald's. You know what I mean? Exactly. So hard work doesn't exactly get you everywhere, every time. You know, the people, dumping the garbage cans into the dumpsters and all that stuff. That's doing some hard work. They're working hard, but they're never, that's not, what everybody wants to say. Oh, well, if you work hard and you do this, you play by the rules, and you'll be fabulously rich and whatever. And that doesn't really happen all that often. I think work ethic is a huge point in getting somebody to be wealthy like that or being innovative, but it's not the only thing. It takes a lot of luck, too.
It does take a lot of luck.
Right time, right place.
Yeah, timing.
Yeah.
I think Steve Jobs is kind of a special one. Like, he's almost like a freak of nature one. Because, I mean, you do a little bit of research on him, and don't get me wrong, he did a lot of stuff that I would not be capable of doing, but not incredibly talented, like not that great of a coder or anything like that.
Is this back to the vision thing, though?
More of a visionary,
like what I were talking about with the leadership earlier?
Yeah. I think he was more. He had the blueprint in his mind, but he didn't know how to do it, so he got the right people to do it for him. And I think that's pretty important to. First of all, know what you want to do and have that plan sort of blueprinted out, at least a rough idea. And of course, be ready for surprises. Be ready to get fired by Apple suddenly, you know, and be willing to keep going and keep having that vision.
And that's the key.
Yeah.
Because not everybody has that mindset. I'm going to keep going even though I've been knocked down.
Would we still have such a high opinion of Steve Jobs if he didn't come back to Apple and do great things with iPad and iPhone, all that stuff? What if he had just gotten fired and that was it?
I don't think I'd know his name.
You would not know his name.
What would he have done after that?
He'd probably just be a regular 9 to 5. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, just average Joe.
You can wipe his tears with the Apple stock certificates, but who knows? I mean, because Apple reinvented themselves after once he came back, and we don't really know what's going to happen. So.
Yeah.
And that's in every profession.
Right.
Because what if Jordan
what if he could actually hit a curveball?
Oh, God. He just stayed in baseball.
Then what happens?
Would baseball be more popular now? Because I'll tell you right now, I don't really care about baseball.
I do not care about baseball at all.
See, I don't really, but I do kind of like it because I know people that'll probably be tripping right nowadays on the show. Like, are you serious? Are you serious?
I mean, it's fun to play and it's fun to watch, but I would much rather be at an NBA game.
I would rather watch baseball than golf.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the day. See, all right, that's another off-topic segue. Tiger Woods, man.
This segment brought to you by Golf Digest.
Man,
golf
Tiger
is where
Woods,
athletes go to retire.
Tiger Woods. I said that like 5 times.
Is he back? What happened?
No, I don't know what he's doing, man, to be honest. I kind of stopped catching up on him because it's like when he had that fall.
Yeah.
I put it in that nice way. That was just terrible, man. That was terrible. I mean, it's like he's never been able to be the old Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Well, no, you can't really.
And I feel like if he did not have that fall, you know what I'm saying, he'd probably be.
He would have been on top a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd be on top right now anymore.
But I think he'd still be close, like,
but
in the top.
Does he want to be, He
probably don't care.
At that age, I mean, he's fairly young for a golfer. At that age, when before he had the fall, at that age, does he care about being the top of the world?
What's fairly young for a golfer? Like 45?
I don't know. I'm just thinking like Arnold Palmer's like.
Disclaimer: we don't know anything about golf.
We don't.
Yeah, we know nothing.
Yeah.
And there's some things I want to say, but I probably shouldn't.
Something to leadership and change the subject to something a little bit better. All right. We talked about last week. We talked about Trump.
Well, I was
just to finish up the leadership.
I was kind of joking about that. But I'm kind of not. Just because I'm
just
looking
to finish the leadership thing. Is he a leader?
I think he's one of those guys that he's had great successes in his business. He's also had big failures, but he's had great success and he's incredibly wealthy. But that doesn't exactly make you a leader,
So was he a leader in business, but not in presidency?
I don't think he was. He was a leader. He wasn't. I don't think he was a leader in business how we want to think he was. I mean, he was the things that he's innovated.
But he made money.
He made a lot of money, and he was renting his name out. He wasn't doing anything more. He wasn't developing real estate. He was just licensing his name on everything. So that's kind of
take notes.
So, yeah, I mean, we'll put Off Topic Show. We'll put that logo up anywhere if you pay us enough, right? No, I'm kidding.
Off Topic slot machines coming to you this summer.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Yeah, you never know, man. Dream big.
Well, we're kind of talking. I'm already thinking of sponsors for any of this. Well, we're talking about leadership, and it just reminded me of an old Montgomery Burns quote from The Simpsons.
There you go.
And it was he's before like an elementary school classroom, and he says something like, friends, family, religion, these are the demons you have to slay to succeed in business. He's basically saying ignore everything and go get that paper.
Yeah, that makes actually a lot of sense.
Yeah, because
I mean, you've sold your soul. Like, you're probably a terrible human being after getting rid of all of that. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, it is a balance.
Yeah,
because like when you're in business,
you don't have to be a terrible human being.
Exactly. Because it's like,
but it helps. I'm just kidding.
Because like that's a good point though. Is it good to have a lot of family in your business?
No. Well, it depends on your family, I guess. But
depends. To me, it depends on the level of maturity.
Yeah.
If people can be mature enough to say, you know what, this is business. This is what I'm gonna be like when we're on hours. But when we're off hours, we can be cool and we can be silly and all that stuff. It depends on maturity, because I do have family members in my business.
And it depends on how you run your business and what your business is. I know I have a friend in realty, and he hired somebody to sort of do like paperwork and things like that. And like his mentality was like, I work for $50 an hour. I shouldn't be doing work that I could pay somebody $10 an hour to do, right? And originally he hired his wife for that. And he said, the thing is, after like a few weeks,
you're gonna have to fire your wife.
Yeah, like I was like, I like my stuff a certain way. I like it fast. I like it quick.
Family card, like, but we family though.
Yeah, exactly.
How you gonna fire?
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I don't really know exactly what went down, but they came to the conclusion that it would be best if she didn't work there.
No, most of the time is not a good idea to have family in your business. But like, for example, me doing media type stuff, it's easier because it's like it takes a team to put things together.
Yeah.
As far as equipment, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So as long as I keep that vision mentality and creativity mentality and tell them this is what we need to do to get the job done, I have to make sure I'm involved too. Because if I try to act like the boss, as far as like, like I'm the CEO card.
Yeah, because you're going to have to, like, at some point, you might tell a family member, look, I want X, Y, Z, and you're doing A, B, C. Exactly. I might be the youngest cousin of the group or whatever, and you might be the old man, and we might be using your truck or whatever, but this is my vision.
It's balance.
Yeah.
Because what I mean to be super clear is like, the moment I try to play the card, I'm the boss, I'm the CEO. They're like, but man, you're like, come on, man, cousin, man, like you're my brother.
So they don't respond to that in your.
They don't like when you're trying to use that to dominate them, because they have that touchy feeling like, well, we're family though, and that's why it's not always good to have family.
And you try to tell them something like, you're always going to be my family, but you ain't always going to be working with me.
Exactly.
You're always going to be my
figure out which one. Figure out which one's more important.
It goes back to, are they mature enough to understand business is business?
And are you mature enough to
cut it off if necessary? Yeah.
That's
a sad
That's
part.
a hard balance.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd put family in my work.
Cookie monster came out.
No, I don't know. I just I mean, I guess it's kind of a touchy subject, but I don't think I would personally. I like to keep my family where my family is and my work where my work is. Not to mention, I mean, every conversation at the dinner table at that point
is business. See, that's what I'm about to touch on. Like, for us, like, my family, it's not big. It's not a huge big deal because it's like we kind of get along.
Yeah.
And we have that maturity, because that's the key. Like, if you're immature, you're going to be like, but you don't do that to so-and-so. Why you doing that to your own brother, your own blood? Like,
because so and so doesn't
And
make
it's
me
like
mad.
that's when you're like trying not to be disrespectful, but you're like, but what's the difference when you work at McDonald's? And then they flip out like, oh, well, I thought we were blood. Nah, see, you gotta be careful who you allow in your business if it is gonna be a family business.
Yeah,
because not everybody's meant to be on that level. Some people, hate to say it, but some people are meant to be on that 9 to 5 type deal.
Yeah. Some people don't have that vision, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with just working.
Because you get a guaranteed check. But the thing is, once you get to that upper level, man, it's cutthroat. Like the air is a lot thinner.
Not everybody can breathe up there.
Exactly, man. Because there's some tough decisions you have to make, and when they get exposed to that world, they're not used to that because they're used to. Here's an assignment.
Check, punching in, punching out.
Yeah, checklist. Once it's all good, then we're all good to go. But they don't see all the other stuff we got to do.
Now, let me ask you, do you think that college prepares you to be an entrepreneur like yourself, to be able to go out and just say, I'm going to do this? Because personally, I don't think it does in the slightest.
Well,
I think showing up to like 4 or 5, sometimes 6 different places every semester and being given a syllabus, being given a list of things telling you this is what you need to do and you will succeed, really screws us up. Because we develop that mentality, and when we're thrown into the real world, we're like, where's the syllabus? Like,
it depends.
What do we do?
It depends on how you look, like what lens you look through. Because when I went to school, I had the same type of feeling like this is a waste of time. I'm giving them all this money in tuition. Like they're just screwing me over. But there's still tools that you can use. For example, like working a 9 to 5 job or at a job, whatever. I believe there's a lot of stuff you can learn on that level. Because now you're not looking through the lens of being a boss. You're looking through the lens of being on the front line. So same way with college education. It's how you look through the lens to help it benefit you and what you want to do.
Yeah.
And just for myself speaking, like when I got my education, I used it as my benefit to say at least I had, chance to. He's not laughing at guys.
No, sorry, I was coughing.
Yeah, he's coughing. It sounded like he's laughing. But man,
now
seriously. Like I look at my education as opportunity to experience that. Not everybody can say they went to college, so I take a lot of pride.
And I think a lot of the college experience is showing to a prospective employer that you can punch in and punch out, and you can take direction.
Pretty much, yeah.
You can commit to it.
Yeah.
You can commit something.
It's commitment. That's the key thing because
you can grind it out.
Who else is gonna go in debt just for the fun of it? It's a serious question you have to ask yourself. Are you willing to go in debt and use it as an investment, or you're just like,
are you just here for fun?
Yeah. Only people that's there for fun are rich kids
who are not going to be leaders anyway.
Yeah.
Like those are the people we were talking about earlier.
They don't have to be leaders.
Exactly. They have a job waiting for them, whether they graduate or not.
Exactly.
But I ain't trying to knock them down. It's all good.
I am. I'm just kidding.
I am kind of low key now.
No. Okay. So here's a fun question. Worst TV family to start a business with?
What?
Worst TV family that could start a business together?
A TV family, man.
Yeah, like the Brady Bunch. I think the Brady Bunch would be a good business family.
Well, you have an architect.
I was about to say Family Guy.
Family Guy?
Can you just imagine how chaotic that would be?
Yeah, that would be a mess.
I mean, that would just be...
What about... Yeah, I like Family Guy. What about the... do you remember the old series, Married with Children?
Yeah,
Peg
that'd be
and
really
Al Bundy?
bad. You see that, I love that show, but that is a family of losers.
I would not want to do business with you.
Will be the top. Will be the opposite.
Yeah,
most successful. I say Bill Cosby show.
Well, you had some financial.
I mean,
she was a lawyer and he was a doctor.
It's like there's no way you can lose.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And I think we're all looking at each other like, are we really going to talk?
Are we going down this path?
We're stopping at that show.
We're in episode 3, gentlemen.
Yeah,
we're talking about
the Huxtables, not the Cosbys, right?
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. not the real life Cosby.
Man, I don't know. Like that's a whole. Let's talk about the Simpsons. Simpsons is fun.
Yeah.
Favorite Simpsons episode, Brian?
I probably
Trump
have,
come down the elevator. I'm just playing.
right. I think it'd probably be the. I think it's called "You Only Move Twice." It was the Hank Scorpio episode.
Oh, of course.
That's my favorite one.
Bart's
probably.
putting first grade again or something.
And that one is just the Albert Brooks as Hank Scorpio and all the lines that he improvised and the hammock district. It's all just really good. It kind of shows the workaday life, but remember the opening scene? Smithers is walking down the street. He's like, "Can a man walk down the street without being offered a job?" And it's hilarious when we look at it from our standpoint in the work.
We all wish it was that easy.
Yeah, exactly. And they just so they go to the next senior employee at the Springfield nuclear power plant, and it's Homer Simpson. So that's probably my favorite episode.
That is a really good episode. Some that stick out to me, like just great episodes, largely due to nostalgia, but I'd say like B Sharp's episode.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
That's a fun one. Probably one of my favorite guest appearances in a TV show, as well as favorite reaction to a guest appearance, which was George Harrison. And oh my God, where did you find that brownie?
Right, the brownies. Yeah.
That's if you haven't seen the B Sharp's episode of The Simpsons, please go do so.
Yeah.
Man, hate to say it, I haven't watched Simpsons like that. To be honest, I know.
Yeah.
I know, guys. I know, terrible. But what about your favorite cartoon?
Oh, that's
Probably
a good one
The
too.
Simpsons.
Oh, damn.
For me, at least.
I was about to say Tom and Jerry.
Really?
Dude,
Like
Tom
all
and Jerry,
Boomerang
the old
stuff.
school. Yeah, I was
Anything
saying the old
Boomerang,
school.
man.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Well, that's another thing too. Cartoons back then were 3, 4, 5 minutes and then you're done. It's not like a series. Like one of my favorite current cartoons is Archer, and they're about to start a season, an 8-episode season that's all got like one common vein. A story arcs the entire season. So there's one end. You're talking about Tom and Jerry, 3 minutes of just laughs and kind of slapstick, and then you're talking about Archer. 8 episodes over a season, so it's kind of interesting what they're doing with animation these days.
No, yeah, it's been crazy, and it's they've managed to do some pretty cool storytelling.
Yeah, absolutely.
What about Calvin and Hobbes? Those comic books, man.
Oh, it's Calvin.
You remember those, man? You too young for that?
Calvin and Hobbes.
The only real memories I have to Calvin and Hobbes are those those like stickers that they would put in the back of trucks.
Is he that young?
Of Calvin peeing on literally everything.
Here's the cool part about that. He never actually. Bill Watterson, the guy who came up with Calvin and Hobbes the comic, he never licensed. He never did any. He never did any of that stuff. He never sold stuffed Hobbes characters. He never sold the stencils you see. Calvin peeing on a Ford logo or whatever. He never licensed that. He was trying to keep it pure.
Yeah.
I always thought that was one of the coolest things about him.
I mean, that whole Calvin and Hobbes thing, like that was. Man, growing up, that was like the dopest thing ever.
In the Sunday paper,
because to have that imagination, you know what I'm saying,
color,
a stuffed tiger, and have that kind of imagination where it comes to life, and you spark that in a kid, like that is pretty dope. Like that's crazy.
Right on, man.
You too young for this, but
I'm not that much younger than you, right, Shemaiah?
What?
How old are you?
27.
23.
Oh no,
See, I'm not that much.
I was like somewhere between 27 and 23, they stopped doing comics in the newspaper.
Somewhere between 4 years.
Yeah, only 4, not 40. Yeah, I'm not that old.
Man, yeah, I don't know.
Well, that goes along with the whole new media, and do people even read newspapers anymore?
Please, nah.
Not even.
They make fake papers on Twitter now.
What's
it called?
Those are
Something weird, I don't know.
Yeah,
Like, I'm caught in between. Like, the young crowd today is way advanced on their acronyms and stuff, like TTYL and all that. Like, crazy.
TTYL?
Talk to you. Like,
yeah.
Like, dude, you don't know that?
Yeah.
No,
LOL, lots of love.
All right, we're going to skip this topic. All right, what else y'all got going on?
You want to know what else is an acronym? I can think of some more for you.
See, his acronyms are way different than...
Yeah.
But no, I started watching The Newsroom on Amazon Prime. I'm kind of binge watching that, and one of the characters said that was an actor. She put that... She mailed a condolence card and some flowers, and she put, "I'm sorry for your loss, LOL," on a condolence card. And somebody's like, "Oh my God, you did what?" She goes, "I thought it meant lots of love."
Oh, snap. That's something my grandma would do or something.
That's so funny.
Put LOL thinking something else. Wow.
Yeah, man.
Now, speaking of that, you ever experienced texting somebody in autocorrect?
Oh, yeah. Autocorrect, yeah.
Weird stuff has happened with that before.
We won't go there because we've seen the commercials. But no, like, man.
I'll just say one time I tried to say, yeah, give me a sec. And
yeah.
Or then it starts learning the words that you're already using, and then it's suggesting things. You're like, no, I'm not telling that to my mother.
Yeah, you seen that commercial of college kid, like, I'll be there in a sec instead of I'll be there in a sec. Like,
that was like 5 times in a row.
It's like, see, I found that really dumb because after the second time, wouldn't you just call her up and explain?
Well, yeah, but
I didn't shoot the commercial. I wasn't director.
Are people even... I can't tell you the last time when I called somebody on the phone, though. It's all texting these days.
See, what I hate is when someone texts you, call me. Like, why don't you just call?
Right. Because then you're thinking it's an emergency. You're like, are you in a ditch? What's going on?
Just call me.
Yeah.
Don't text me to call you when you need me to be.
Well, yeah, because I'm not staring at my phone all the time.
Exactly.
If you say call me and I look at my phone and it's an hour and a half later, I'm like, well, is it really an emergency?
Well, okay, for the record, I've done that sometimes. But it's because, it's specifically to one person who I know never answers the phone. And so I'll just text him. I'll be like, hey, call me when you get a chance. I need to tell you something.
Oh, yeah, that's different.
That's different. Because when you know I'm on the phone, and I will answer.
Yeah.
Unless you're crazy and I have you on the block list. But it's like, just call.
There's some poor girl in Michigan right now, and she's probably like, man, that's why he never answers the phone. I'm probably on his block list.
There's a lot of girls on that list anyway. So it's not just Michigan.
It's not just Michigan. Is that what you said?
Yeah, nah.
Yeah. So who's on your block list? No, I'm kidding, Adan.
Man, he answers everybody. The Pope calls, he's answering.
It just says call.
I mean, I think most people would answer the Pope.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't answer the phone
I said
for the
that.
Pope?
I said that on the podcast. I would not answer. You know why?
I mean, I'd at least talk to the guy.
You know why?
Why?
Because he don't know me. I don't know him, so I won't answer.
I mean, maybe he's heard the podcast. He's a big fan.
Well, we can meet in person.
Hoping to get some autographs.
I got a text from the Pope. It just says, call me. I'm like, what?
Oh, man, that's funny. But no, shout out to the Pope if he is listening.
Yeah,
I doubt it.
If he's not, he will be soon.
What is his name? Pope? He's not Francis, right?
You don't even know.
It is Francis.
It is Francis. Oh, okay.
Yes, I did know.
I mean, I haven't been Catholic since Pope John Paul, so I don't know.
Wouldn't that be bad if you were and you didn't know who it was?
Yeah, that would be bad. But
It's like, why do you even practice that? Like, that's terrible.
It's like being an American and not knowing who the president is.
That happens probably more often than you realize.
Yeah, I believe that.
Sadly enough.
I guess so.
Sing the national anthem. No, I'm just playing.
I was about to go.
No, we ain't doing that.
All right, gentlemen, let's get real.
Yeah.
Let's get deep.
Off topic. Okay, let's do it.
Off topic.
All right.
What is the closest you have ever been to in love?
Oh, man.
You don't have to say names, but it's better if you do.
Wow, you trying to get deep for real. Wow. Man. You talking about love like friend?
No.
Love like
I want to marry this person.
Man, wow.
Nothing? No one? Brian, you have a child?
That's like one of them things where there's a camera rolling right there.
Too personal?
Man.
Is this too personal?
You got one? I got to think about this.
I mean, we're like, dude, who did I tell?
Like, who did I pick?
Okay, well, here's the thing.
Who did I tell that I loved?
I mean, like, in 5th grade.
Dang, that's young.
I know, yeah.
That's terrible.
In 5th grade, I legitimately thought I had met the girl I was going to marry.
Well, if we're going silly, I can say kindergarten life.
But no, from 5th to 5th, 6th, 7th, and all of 8th grade, I was like, she's the one, man. And slowly we just, we were really good friends, and then we just slowly kind of started to part ways.
One for you. Go ahead.
And so this is not a happy ending to the story, in the slightest. Freshman year, I'm kind of falling out of it. I'm like, you know what? I haven't talked to her in about a year. Classes went a different way. I started taking no offense to her, but like smarter classes, and she kind of didn't, and just we just sort of we went our own ways.
Some people are leaders.
Honestly, she kind of started getting kind of rough, like kind of
clingy, or
no. She was abusing you?
No, not to me.
I know.
I just didn't talk to her.
Where did she touch you? Tell us. You need to open up. Yeah.
I don't want to talk about this anymore, guys. The podcast is over. Y'all have a good night.
This is like intervention, man.
Like, whoa.
You see our AE, man? Like,
so
he's having an intervention moment.
So, okay, freshman year, I see this girl like maybe twice, and then she kind of just disappears for a long time. And I'm like, I guess she moved or whatever. I don't know.
She moved on.
No. Well, yeah, she did real fast, because I actually found out that she got pregnant.
Whoa.
And, yeah, she dropped out of school and had a kid. And yeah, it was the weirdest thing. And I remember seeing her recently, like at a Walmart, and with this kid who's like 6 years old. And I'm like, geez, like, I dodged a bullet. Like, that's a big bullet I just dodged, man.
Did she recognize you? Did she?
No, we did not.
Thank God for no child support.
No way, dude. I didn't touch it.
No,
I'm
just saying, like, thank God you don't have to do child support, man. You really lucked out.
Yeah, so that was, I don't know if that's the closest I've ever been to love, but that was definitely the first time that I told myself I was. And for the record, it was not, like, in the slightest.
Yeah,
I was just being a stupid kid, but...
We all were.
Yeah, we all go through that, I guess.
Was.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I never, to be honest, I don't think I ever got to the point where I was like wanting to marry a chick, but I did give a chick diamonds. Not a ring.
Just diamonds?
Whoa.
Like,
just no, it wasn't nothing balling. It's like a speck. It was like a speck.
Was it a chip off another diamond?
No. But I'm telling you, that was the worst move.
Oh, no.
Because she thought this was getting serious.
She thought I was getting serious. I thought I was just being nice.
You're just being a baller, right? You're just like, hey, I got nice.
Hey, we all learn, right? You know, and speaking of that, well...
let it rip. Shoot your shot.
What is it, man? Come on, let's go.
Right. How would you know she's the one?
Yeah. Dude, if somebody has the answer to that.
Because obviously none of us in here.
How would I know she's the one? I think, she would obviously have to have a lot of common interests, as I do.
True.
Like, for me, as a Christian, and I'm not saying you guys aren't, but like as like a heavy like church goer and Christianity is a pretty big part of my life. I'd say like I would have to receive from God. Like I would have to like pray over it and be like, is this the one? And kind of hear yeah, man, go for it. Like this is yours. Like this is your one and only.
I've never been struck by lightning, but it's like you text you. It's just like, hey, wake up, man. That's the one.
This is the one, man. You got to go get her.
No, I feel that, man. No, I agree with that. Like,
yeah, like
I am a Christian too.
Yeah,
and I feel like, she's gonna have to kind of have that same mentality as far as values.
Yeah,
that's a big deal for me. Like, I can't be with a chick that's just kind of like shady with her values. Like, she just don't care.
Like snaky.
Yeah. I feel like we got to be on the same page, eye to eye, as far as where we want to be, where we want to go. To me, I think, once you get established, that's when you can really focus on that type of thing. Because when you're still like in the mix of trying to get your, placing your stuff in order, it's kind of hard to kind of joke about like, oh, I need to start looking. But we all have that same problem with family. The $1 million question: where's she at? When you going to do it?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you be in the family reunion, you're the only single guy in the family reunion. Everybody got kids.
Shemaiah,
they're like 12 years old. And it's like,
so where's your girlfriend?
When?
I have a girlfriend and I'm 12.
Your nephew's like, Shemaiah, where is she?
he got a mustache and everything. It's like, dude, chill out, man. I hate that pressure though, because you be at the family reunion, you're the only one.
That's happened to you?
Yeah, man.
I mean, the good thing with me is, like, there are other family members on my end where, like, they just never got married or never, really felt the need to. Which is another question.
Yeah.
Would you guys mind being single for the rest of your lives?
I mean, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's something I don't really think about it because if you're thinking, to me, that kind of question is also saying
it's almost like I'm not going to do it.
At some point you're saying if I'm not okay being single with the rest of my life or being single the rest of my life, then you're going to have to jump into something that you don't fully buy into, that you don't fully want, because you're saying, okay, this is the best I can do, so let me
you settle.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's the possibility there, but it's also the possibilities for the other way too. The kind of question, and I know I'm totally dodging the main question about have you ever been in love.
It's all good.
But I think a more telling question is: have you met somebody who made you kind of redefine what you call love, or somebody that you like you had your girl that you. What, 5 years? Yeah, 5 years. You were 5 years old when you first met her, or whatever.
I was 10, sir.
Okay, you were 10.
I had just moved to San Antonio.
You had double the life experience of a 5-year-old.
Knocked up, girl. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking.
Dude, I knew how to pick them.
She wasn't. Just to be clear.
Apparently not, man.
She wasn't 10 and knocked up because that would be super weird. But okay, so you had this girl, right? Well, then obviously, when you're a freshman, you see her in the store or whatever, and she's got a baby or whatever, or you looked her up recently and she's got a kid and the kid was born, or she's whatever. Has there been somebody in your life that you thought, let's just put it this way, let's say at age 18 you thought you knew what love was, you thought you knew the person you wanted to be around or whatever the rest of your life. Have you met somebody who kind of shifted that on you? Or
I would say yes.
You know what I mean? Somebody who makes you reevaluate what you consider love.
Yeah.
I think that's
that's a good question, man. That's a powerful question.
Going deep, man.
I'd say, because there have definitely been people, and like not necessarily like a sexual love, but like just like a love, where I'm like, this love is greater than what I thought I felt for that person, like absolutely. I would much rather take a bullet for this person than I would the girl that got pregnant. Even back then.
Yeah. Everybody said that, man. And
so you do kind of like you realize, like, man, that was nothing, and like, thank God that's not love, because it's proof that it's so much better.
Yeah.
So yeah, that good question there, Brian.
Thank you.
Everybody waiting for me.
It keeps me from having to answer the other one.
It's like, oh snap, I'm no choice now.
Well, you can always flip a coin in the air and go off topic.
Yeah, I'm about to go off topic on that one. It's time to get off the love affair type.
I'm gonna go off topic
thing. Yeah. But all right, we can keep going this love thing.
Yeah.
Now here's the question: when is it too old to try to find the love of your life?
Ooh.
When do you say, you know what, it ain't working? Let's just.
Older than me.
Like you just like, I'm done. I'm gonna be single. And No, forget that, dude.
And that's what I'm asking. Is there any
I don't think there's an age, man. I think 50-year-olds can find love.
50 is for fairly young.
I think 78-year-olds can find love.
There we go. That's better. I was like, 78 now. There you're talking real old people.
Let's spend our remaining years together. Like 6 months.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, also too, think about the day that is there going to be a day where you wake up and you're like, I don't think I'm going to try to find her anymore, and I'm just not going to worry about it. I'm not going to think about it. And then,
I mean, that's where
you know what I mean? Because then you're at the store and you're picking up your bottle of some sort of nutritional thing that really old people eat. I don't know how it is to be really old, but I was trying to think of those little bottles of the little meal replacements.
Like Ensure?
Yeah. I just started. Yeah, I saw it. Wow. You're picking up a sixer of Ensure, and then you meet somebody else, and she drops her Depends on the grocery belt too, and you're like, oh, can I help you pick that up, man? Your eyes lock, and you're in love for the first time. Sad. Yeah, it sounds horrible.
Yeah, man, that's love. That's a beautiful love story for somebody. Like that's whatever works for you. Who the heck cares? I remember giving a segue to these old people. They were old. I mean, they were like 55 maybe. I'm saying older than me. And you keep in mind, I'm like 18 at the time.
Yeah,
so
true.
I give him probably 19. I give him a Segway tour. And the guy starts telling me about his story, and I'm like, man, that's awesome. Like, that sucks, but that's awesome. Because he was like, I dated her in high school. We got married. We got divorced. I joined the Army. She got married to somebody else. I got married to somebody else. We had our kids. We both end up getting divorced and find each other again in our retirement. And it's like, well, I mean, yeah, whatever works. Like, whatever.
No, like, I agree with that. Like, to me, like, me personally, I'm so focused on my business and building my business. I'm like, if it happens, it happens. But right now, my focus primarily is make sure I'm building my business, building my brand.
Yeah.
Because my eyes are wide open. But at the same time, you know, I would say there's about 75% to 85% of the people I would know, they already snatched. So, and that's just keeping it real, though.
Maybe they just settled for somebody.
But you see what I'm saying? That's just keeping it real. Yeah. But that's the whole cool thing about it. Like, I think most people make a mistake trying to force it to happen. Like, I need to get married by the time I'm 30, or I need to get married. Cause
if you have an ultimatum like that, I think you're doing it wrong, and you're going in for the wrong reasons. Like, I was talking to a friend recently, and I was like, a relationship should not be like, oh, I need somebody to fix me or to complete me.
Exactly. You need to fix yourself.
It should be.
And then start looking.
I think that the idea of a relationship is, I'm so incredibly awesome that I want to share myself with somebody who is also incredibly awesome.
It should not be like...
Is that cocky or
no, because it's like, you can't be the person that's like, I need somebody to love me, and I'm gonna be depressed for the rest of my life until someone comes by.
Yeah, there are some people who have never been without a relationship because they can't. They don't like themselves, and
that's true.
They need
to be defined. Yeah, they need the approval. They need to be defined by the person that they're with.
And let me tell you, so many people my age are like that, and I won't say a name.
I mean, it's having the wrong.
No,
that kind of ties into that leadership thing. Like, you get in that bad mindset.
Yeah.
It's all about that mindset. Like, do you see yourself as the victim all the time, or you see yourself as someone who's going to succeed? And not saying you're going to succeed in a ego-driven way, but it's like, hey, I'm secured in myself to say, you know what, I'm gonna do my own thing, and I'm gonna just let things play out.
Yeah,
right. I like what you said earlier about being, focusing on your business, or you said something even earlier than that, something about, at least when I got it, it kind of made me think of myself. That's not like an ego thing or anything like that, but you said something about being ready in your own life and your own mind for that kind of thing. And then there's nothing wrong with putting everything else to the side and focusing on your business, your career, or whatever. Because if you don't feel like you're in the right place to meet somebody and to have something like that, like a big deal in your relationship or a relationship in your life, then don't even do it.
All you gotta do is walk across the hallway and she catch my eye, like, yep, there you go.
Exactly,
Because I feel like a lot of people, they force stuff to happen, and I think a lot of people who are on the outside looking in, they try to force something to happen. Like, yo, why are you still single?
Yeah,
and we're in a rush.
Exactly, especially in today's society. It's like
we want to be in love by the first or second date.
Yes, that's a bad thing.
I think the best idea for a relationship, at least for me, like ideally, the way I would like for it to go down would be like a friendship that just sort of naturally turned into a relationship. And, you sort of run the risk of, like, getting friend-zoned. And in theory, you would get friend-zoned by everybody except the one.
Exactly. See, there you go.
Well,
I'm thinking on that. So, yeah, go ahead. I'm just thinking on that.
I was going to say, I agree with that. Because if the person is the one and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing to pursue her, then, it's going to happen naturally.
Yeah.
Now, if you play hard to get, then it's just, are you going to keep pursuing or are you going to stop?
And at what point are you just being annoying?
Right.
Or
that's the thing right there.
You're annoying or creepy, and you just got to be like...
There's not going to be just because you're nice to somebody and you do stuff for them, that's having a relationship isn't the reward for that. If it's not there, it's just not there.
Yeah. I agree.
And that's where you have to draw a line, though. Like, it's not about... Man, we got to make this happen. It's like this. If it's working, it's working.
Yeah.
Too many people want to force it, and then when it doesn't work, everybody's like,
Yeah, like
with this protection.
five of the worst words any man has ever said were, "I can win her back." Just let it be, man. She said no.
You better download those dating apps because that ain't happening.
Somebody get a quick trigger on the edit button for this if you want. So you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, you know. It's like,
Ryan.
Whoa! That's all I'm saying on that.
I just say that.
This is a family podcast.
Well, that's what I said. Get a hand on the edit button. So.
Well,
that was at 49 minutes. If you need to edit that out,
just make sure it's that bitterness talking too.
No, it's not. I'm just saying, you know. That's all. Yeah. There's about a minute.
Have we told the audience what our ages are? Because I wonder if they can tell.
I think there's gonna be a lot of single women listening to us. Those emails like, "Hey, I heard your show."
Who's that guy that talks about Larry Bird? Who's Larry Bird? Obviously, I got
We're definitely not having a video for this podcast.
I'm obviously the oldest of the group by a mile. So, I think did we talk about it in the first one? So you guys,
I think
Adan,
you pointed out.
Well, yeah, because I started talking about.
I'm just glad this microphone is taking my whole face right now.
Well, yeah, I know. In the first one, the first one a couple of weeks ago, I started talking about Larry Bird, all these old NBA players, and both of you were just like,
I've seen their jerseys once.
right. Like, oh, yeah. I've seen a commercial with him in it. Or, oh, the GM of the Pacers, he used to play, too?
I knew he played. Like, I knew
dude, I know. Because you guys are historians of the game, so that's cool.
This is going to be one of those parts where I might edit it out, but I really might. I'm thinking like 95% I might edit this out. But it's going to be funny. Have you ever been in a situation where a girl just talk your ears off?
Every day at work.
Oh, my God. Well, gee.
I don't know. We should keep that in.
I was like, now we definitely have to edit that out.
Well,
you mean like a girl that you were interested in?
No, he's talking about McDonald's, man, like 2 years ago.
Yeah. At the Segway shop, actually.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, if there's a girl that you're interested in or whatever, it turns out she just talks your ear off. It's almost like she's fishing, man. She's trying to get something out there that you'll respond well to her because she's seeking your approval. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if we'll go that far.
Yeah, because some of these girls fish with everybody. It seems like they're just trying to get approval from,
I don't know.
There's a lot of fishing rods on that boat.
I don't spend a lot of time in that part of the water, I guess.
Wow, you're on dry land, right?
Yeah, I'm definitely on dry land.
Like, man, I cannot survive. All right, how about we do our off-topic segue from all this crazy love talk?
Yeah, what is this love talk? Let's go somewhere else.
Crazy. We spent almost a good 25 minutes.
It's a fun topic.
No, it really is.
I'm like 49 minutes. So, you want to check that for the
By the way, any single ladies out there, no.
Give Shemaiah Reed a call.
No, don't do that, man. Nah. But
don't give him a call. He ain't gonna answer the phone.
Just text him. He's focused on his work.
Just text him.
Oh, you gonna go there?
Just text him. Call me.
We got jokes. Oh, we got jokes. No.
I'm sorry.
No. That hit me.
No.
I'm just playing. No. It's all good, man. If you want to shoot an email, I'll check it out.
That's what I'm saying. Just text him. Call me.
But anyway, making a hard left turn to basketball again. No, football.
Yeah.
Y'all know about the
Las Vegas Raiders.
Yep. Man. What y'all think about that, man?
Did you ever think, and I guess a couple of years ago it was stronger, but did you ever think they were actually going to come here? Because for a minute, I kind of did.
San Antonio?
Really? You never
felt
thought
like
about that?
It would have been the world's most amazing thing to have, let San Antonio.
It would have been perfect.
Yeah.
It would have been perfect.
I would have been probably a really crazy Raiders fan if they somehow came.
I would have bled even more silver and black if the Raiders came here.
But you already know Jerry was not going to.
Unfortunately, San Antonio has become this weird sort of just threat city.
Yeah.
Where if
they don't want us to come up, man.
If a city doesn't want to give their football team what they want, they'll threaten and say, we'll come to San Antonio.
Well, now they got a couple of. They're like, we'll go to St. Louis, we'll go to San Antonio, we'll go to Oakland.
Yeah, because everybody's out of a football team.
Ain't nobody going to Oakland, though. Yeah, dude, for a minute, I really thought it could have happened. I mean, obviously, with the Las Vegas thing, no dice, but yes, I just...
Wait, okay, so where did Raiders end up, just for our audience that doesn't know?
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, yes, that is correct. Okay, I was making sure.
Because, too, like, I mean, I was talking to a friend about this. Do you really think the atmosphere in Las Vegas is healthy for the younger players?
No.
Because me and a friend were talking about, you got, everyone has drugs in their cities, whatever problem. But the gambling
Vegas
part,
especially,
would the gambling be an issue for some of the players?
That's a good point.
Who haven't really
some poor kid who's lived in Alabama all his life and has not lived the millionaire life, suddenly has all this money and all this opportunity to go and blow it on horrible things.
Because it's like...
Good point.
I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't do it personally, but the thing is, the whole peers situation.
Yeah.
It's not necessary, I wouldn't do it, but you might end up doing it if all your friends like, we're going to the casino and you don't want to be the odd one out.
Especially like in a football team, like you want to build that idea of teamwork and family, and this is your squad
business
and
for
all
that casino. Like they're going to be rolling the red carpet.
Yeah,
they find out NFL players are coming.
And even audience-wise, I don't think it's a good idea to have a team in Las Vegas because you're going to run under the issue of like, it's going to be like Cher or all these other like, I'm not going to say washed up, but like all these other like celebrities that have their shows there where it's going to be a show. It's not going to be a sporting event. And so
that's
the Raiders are going to be forced to sort of put on more of a flashy thing instead of actually trying to win a ring.
They're going to have to find that line to draw in the sand because now it's like you're almost introducing that culture to the whole league.
Yeah.
Because they represent the league of NFL too. So it's like TMZ is going to have a big old party.
They should just have an office in Las Vegas.
It's like we're going to have an office in Las Vegas, and we're going to have a story every weekend because somebody is going to be
somebody like Ezekiel Elliott is going to do something stupid when they go to Las Vegas for the week to play the Raiders.
And we'll be there to cover it.
I mean, I hope that doesn't happen, but I just feel like
it's going to happen.
I'm okay if it happens. Doesn't bother me.
I hope it doesn't. Like kids look up to these guys.
Because now it's like, are we a family type friendly league, or we're just like, we're
turning into the XFL?
Did you see the 30 for 30 for the This Is the XFL?
I watched that.
Definitely see it. It was good.
That was really.
It was really good.
I liked it so much. I was like, why won't they just try to come back?
Right, and then
do it better.
And then at the end, you're like, maybe not. It
won't be a good idea. Yeah. But it's almost like one of those, like, man, if they actually came back, they changed some of the value stuff because the morals was terrible.
Oh, dude, it was so bad. But that was some of the funniest parts of that episode. Where they're talking about when one of the announcers is like, they bring back the camera shot, and it's basically
that was terrible.
Yeah. And all he says, they bring they come back in this camera shot, a really revealing camera shot of the cheerleaders. They basically cut the head off, not literally cut, but they basically just have this torso,
framing the shot,
framing the shot that way. And the announcer doesn't say anything. He's got one producer in his ear, Vince McMahon, who's saying, amp this up, turn up the sax all the way to 10, and then the NBC producer's like, don't say anything.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Like, this is not what we wanted.
Right, so all the announcer says was, he says something like, I'm very uncomfortable right now. Yeah. And both the producer, Vince McMahon on one side wanting to amp up the sex and the violence part, and he's like, what are you saying? And then the NBC producer's like, I can't believe you pointed out that this is something you should be embarrassed for. It's very, very, it was really good.
That's a rock and a hard place, man.
Yeah, that's exactly where it was. And he pointed out, the problem was not that he was in the rock and the hard place, he pointed out that he was in the rock and the hard place. He made it
obvious that he was like freaking out. Instead of just saying,
and this guy, he was a young guy when he first announced it. Now he's one of the big announcers for, I think, a Major League Baseball. I think he's on MLB TV. I think Matt Bescursion, but he does some. I think he's on the Fox 2 or 3 team for the NFL broadcast know. So
I mean, that whole situation was it was a bad move. But if they would have had a little bit more morals,
yeah,
because he could have made it fun and not be so edgy.
Yeah, but that's all Vince McMahon knows, though. I think it was the edgy back then, you know.
Yeah, and that's understandable. But I feel like, what if they came back because they had the financial means to gamble one more time? I think it would probably be a good summer thing.
Oh yeah, in the summer,
not year round, because NFL is always going to be top. It's always going to be the number one. But something like that would have been really good for our summertime.
Yeah, good summer league,
but not as edgy, because it's almost like X Games. Yeah, it's not edgy in a bad way, but it's edgy in just being crazy, tricks and stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's pretty interesting. There's a long, interesting history about startup football leagues, and San Antonio has had a hand on a lot of them. So, because we've never gotten an NFL one.
Yeah, I played on a team. You didn't know that?
Huh?
I never started though. I was a water boy.
Nice.
No, I'm just lying, y'all. Never even.
I was like, "Are you serious?" Because there's
nope.
Yeah. So I always, don't ever get your hopes up, San Antonio. We'll never have an NFL team.
We will never have an NFL team.
You never know.
Just get rid of it. Just love your Spurs. That's all you got to do, guys. Just love the Spurs and Tim Duncan and Kawhi Leonard and George Gervin.
But when it comes to the other football, soccer,
oh, that might happen.
Killing the market.
Yeah, we might make that up to MLB, man. Not MLB. Whatever soccer.
MLS.
Wow.
Dude, I don't know soccer, man. No, I'm sorry.
I'm going to edit that out just for you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'm just playing. I'm looking here.
Oh, no, that's great. That's awesome.
Man, has it really been an hour?
It has been a whole hour. If you are still listening, thank you so much.
Pat yourself on the back.
Yeah, give yourself a pat.
And don't forget to email us. I'm just playing.
Email at Shemaiah Reed. Your likes, your interests. He enjoys long walks on the beach, editing stuff.
Gotta have my Final Cut Pro. You know what I'm saying? If we can't have the laptop on the date, then we're not. It's not working out, man. If I can't have, I ain't going there because that sounds weird. But anyway, blah blah blah.
We should wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for listening, Brian. Do you want to give us any shout out or any plugs?
Hey, another shout out for JC too, man.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you next week, bud.
Yeah. Shemaiah, anything you want to plug? The magazine?
It's refocusmagazine.com. Refocusmagazine.com. We're going to have a full page of Off Topic Show in the magazine the next month. So you guys stay tuned for that. And one more thing. Follow us on social media on Twitter and Instagram. Off Topic Show. Again, Off Topic spelled with a K.
Yeah, make sure to follow us on all of that. Thank you to Refocus Magazine for all the sponsorship, and to Brian for allowing us to record and produce in here, so that's awesome. If you guys want to follow me personally on social media, I'm at Adan on Instagram and on Snapchat. If you enjoy snaps about cats, you will enjoy my Snapchat. Thank you so much for listening, guys. God bless each and every one of you, and have a good one. We'll see you next week.
And one more thing, follow me on Shemaiah Reed, SHEMAIAHREED. We out, bro.